Hello and welcome everybody to another Secrets of Strixhaven draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at rank 895. So you might be wondering why the sudden drop. Well, I went a little bit crazy with a 4-color Converge Archaic deck that was an absolute disaster. And sadly, the video was only like 40 minutes long, so I just decided not to post it here. But I will have that up on my Patreon channel, and it's going to be free and available to everybody. So if you go to patreon.com/paulcheon, you want to see some bonus content for free, you can check it out there. So I'll have that posted there if you want to see just nonsense. All right, but let's get back to our winning ways in this draft. Before we do, I want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of SOS, or you wanted some singles for your constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, head on over to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you are on the market for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, everything you need to make sure you're fully ready to go for your next tabletop gaming experience, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon and get 10% off your first order. They're also going to be at MagicCon Las Vegas. They're going to have a booth. Swing by their booth. Tell them Paul sent you to get 10% off in person as well. So we've been having a fair amount of success drafting aggressive decks, and wow, what a pack. Well, I don't even know what this does. Create X 1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens? I mean, that is a ramp spell. What the hell? Okay, I've never even seen this card. But there's Stirring Hopesinger, Resonating Lute, and Sanar, I suppose. Matterbending Mage is also fine here as well as a bounce effect. I mean, Stirring Hopesinger is just like by far the best card here. Resonating Lute is also very, very good. If you want to loot it up, you certainly can. Tome Blast, also good removal spell, but like I do think the white aggressive strategies are among the best things to be doing. And so I'm happy being white, black, or white, red. The Lute is certainly the far more fun card, but I do think the Hopesinger is significantly better. And I now know what it does. In my very first draft, I was like, what the hell? How does this work? Well, now I've done, now I know. Okay, now I know. And yes, you can just target your opponent with any kind of spell. All right. Postmortem Professor, 2 mana for a 2/2 can't block. When it attacks, you drain your opponent for 1, and then you can exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard and return this to the battlefield. So just a solid 2-drop that attacks. I do like this card a fair amount. I do think it's better than Send in the Pest. Stock Up is a decent card draw spell, but doesn't go well with the Stirring Hopesinger. Living History, Killian's Confidence, all fine options here as well, along with Unsubtle Mockery. I want to try this card. It's a rare. I do like the black-white decks, and I haven't drafted black-white that much for all of you. I have drafted some good Silverquill decks off video. So let's go ahead and take this. But I could see, Living History would be another card that I can totally see you taking. And then, of course, if you took the Loot pick one, then you would take the Stock Up in that pack. Here we'll take Repel Calamity. Premium removal spell. I do think it is better than something like a Killian's Confidence. This is a fine card. It's very slow. I wouldn't want like multiple copies of this. Now, it is good with Repartee just because like you can buy it back. But I do think the Repel Calamity is better. Garrison Excavator, notably a good Boros card or Lorehold card. And Prismari Charm here as well. But let's take Repel Calamity. Move on to pack 1, pick number 4. We have Zombify. I don't care about that. We do see a couple of cards rather that would be very, very good in Lorehold decks. Not the Dromedary as much. I find that this is a little bit slow. Like, in theory, it's strong, but I think Tablet of Discovery and Rebel Rouser are both good in red-white. So the real question for me is, do I want to maybe take one of these higher upside red-white cards, or do I just take the Inkling Mascot, which is a very, very solid 2-drop in the black-white decks? Well, given that I've drafted Boros or Lorehold a bunch, I'm going to try taking the Inkling Mascot. I think the best card here is Tablet or Rebel Rouser. But I have the Postmortem Professor. These decks really care about curving out here. Let's take the Inkling Mascot. All right, pack 1, pick 5. Ooh, last gasp. What does Shamanic Revelation do? 5 mana, draw a card for each creature you control. Ferocious, you gain 4 life for each creature you control, power 4 or greater. Sure, there are some wild cards. There were, one of my drafts, there was a library. I took a Library of Alexandria. What the heck? Anyways, Proctor's Gaze is a good Quandrix card. Social Snub is whatever. I'm just going to take Last Gasp. And seeing this pick 5, always a good sign here. Hopefully this means that black-white is on the table here for us. Pack 1, pick 6. Not a huge fan of the cheerful Osteomancer. I think it's just like a little bit slow. Locust Spray is also just a little bit too low impact in my opinion. So I'm going to choose between Graduation Day and Stone Docent. I'm not really a believer in the Graduation Day. I'd rather just have more 2-drops. So I'm just going to take the Docent here. Granted, obviously, like this deck doesn't really have a whole lot of things that care about exile, unless I pick up some white cards that do care about that stuff. Pack 1, pick 7, we have Shattered Acolyte versus Inkling Mascot. Also a Spirit Mascot in the pack here as well. The question is, which one is actually better? I wouldn't be surprised if this is better. This actually goes really well with some other cards, and it helps when you're trying to race, but I feel like these are easier to pick up, and, you know, probably, I'm going to go with the Mascot here. It's white and black. You know what I mean? It's white and black. I got to take it. Here we have Ascendant Dustspeaker versus Spirit Call Enthusiast. I have been very underwhelmed by Spirit Call Enthusiast, but it is a 3-drop. Alright, I'll take it because it's a 3-drop, but like, I think in most decks, you're not going to play this that often unless you have a lot of ways to make tokens, but I guess it has more upside than the 5-drop, and these types of decks don't really want to play too many 5-drops. Now, here are a couple of cards, excuse me, that are really good that we haven't seen yet. There's a 2 in a black. It's basically the combat tutorial of the set. 2 in a black, draw 2 cards, put 2 counters on, put a counter on a creature. That's great for this deck. Wow, Tome Blast. And then also Render Speechless, which is also quite good in this deck. Also Imperious Inkmage. I still think I'm going to take the Inkmage, but I do like Render Speechless. It's cost 4 mana. So there's just like a limit to how many of those types of effects you want. Killian's Confidence. Wow, Living History. So the Mardu colors are open. All right, let's take the Killian's Confidence. And I mean, wow, second Killian's Confidence. Yeah, like I said, the Mardu colors are open. And we already have 10 cards here that I'm pretty happy playing. Stone Docent can possibly go here. But yeah, we have, you know, this is a nice way to just constantly trigger your various repartee effects. And then if you can, you know, actually land some damage, then you can get this back from your graveyard. Dromedary, not really good in black-white, so... And we have more than enough playables here. I mean, one card that's amazing, Elite Interceptor. I think I would basically take that over any white-black common. That would be nice. Social Snub versus Interjection. Each player sacrifices a creature. All right, I'll take Interjection. Not really looking to play that either. I mean, like I said, I have 10 cards here, so we can be pretty picky here. And we opened up... Well, this is a bad pack for us. Berta is awesome. Awesome. But we can't take it because it's blue and green. It's a great bomb. But for us, I mean, we literally opened nothing. So I'm going to take the white-black land. It's a very sad first pick, but you got to do what you got to do, you know? Oh, Lorehold the Historian? Oh, man. 5 mana for a 5/5 Flying Haster. Each instant a sorcery card in your hand has Miracle. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Wow. I mean, certainly worth splashing, but there's also Stirring Honormancer, which is just a good card in my colors. Yeah, let's respect the mana curve here. This is obviously very tempting, and red-white is also a color combination that we could have gone, but I think the Stirring Honormancer is also excellent. I mean, it's a 5-drop that, like, looks at the top 2 or 3 cards and replaces itself. That's great. Another really solid pack here. Here we're going to take the Scolding Administrator over the 5-drop. When in doubt, take the better 2-drop. Ajani's Response Wander Off would be fine here as well. Sundering Archaic, really good in 3+ color decks. I do like the Honormancer, but I'm going to take the Administrator here. I mean, this is still looking very, very good. Melancholic Poet, Joined Researchers, and Hop to It are options. More red and white cards. Pursue the Past and Practice Scrollsmith. I really like Melancholic Poet. Joined Researchers is fine, but I just find that, like, having you and your opponent draw 3 cards is, like, not that strong of an ability. So this is mostly a 2-mana 2/2 first striker, and I feel like draining your opponent for 1 is a stronger effect, and I like it more than Hop to It. So let's take the Poet and move on. All right, pack 2, pick 5. What do we have? There's an Aziza, Duty Beyond Death. Oh, there it is, Cost of Brilliance. I do like that a lot. I think our 2-drop count is pretty good to the point where I don't need the Shattered Acolyte. This just makes it so that you just don't run out of action, which is always really nice, right? As long as you get the card flow going, you have more ways to trigger your repartee. So like, I always want at least like one copy of this card, possibly two, in my deck. Now, note that the Killian's Confidence also plays a similar role in this type of deck. But again, I have 5 2-drops already. I have a Stone Docent that I can also play. So let's take the cost of Brilliance there over the 2-mana creature. Here, pack 2 picks this. We have Ink-Shape Demonstrator, which is pretty good. But I think I'm just going to keep taking 2-drops. With all these like cheap things that I want to be putting on my creatures. Now, this is really good for racing situations, but let's just build a... let's build a Repartee theme deck here, right? And it's really important to have like a million 2-drops. All right, here, ooh, wow. Pick 7 Elite Interceptor. That shouldn't happen anymore, like at this point in the format, but I mean, this card's the best common in the set, in my opinion. It's this and like the red-white rummaging card, but I mean, this card is insane. Look at my Repartee cards. I have 5, 6 Repartee cards already. Render Speechless is also good, and I was going to take it if it wasn't for the Elite Interceptor in the pack. And look at this. How is Lorehold this open? That's just crazy to me. I am not going to take any of those cards. Let's just take Send in the Pest, although unlikely to play it in this configuration. Wilt in the Heat. This is just ridiculous. Let's take a Dust Speaker here. Probably not playing that as well. Another Wilt in the Heat. Like, we're just going to pass it all and just hope that, like, the person we're passing to just, like, ends up playing. Like, this is... like, Lorehold is... just numbers-wise, like, the best thing to be doing in this format, and it's just wide open here. There's, like, lots of green drafters randomly. Rehearsed Debater is totally fine. What I have here on the left are cards I'm, like, definitely playing, and then on the right, it's cards I don't mind playing. And I do like the Shattered Acolyte, too. I actually like it more than the Docent, just because being able to put a counter on it with lifelink is really strong. It makes it so that when you play against other white-black decks, like, you can just easily outrace them. Another pack, which with not great options for us. There's Shattered Acolyte, there's Ennis. I don't love Ennis unless you have, like, a lot of really good things to flicker, which we don't. There is Scathing Shadelock. 5 mana for 4/6. At the beginning of first main phase, this becomes prepared, and then I can give stuff Death Touch and do that over and over again. I mean, it's a top-end card. Like, I think I have more than enough 2s now. I have 6 2s and 2 more here that I can play. So I'll take the Shadelock if I feel like I need a late game card that I can utilize to, you know, trigger Repartee over and over again. Here we have Killian's Confidence number 3 or Eager Glyph Mage. I don't think I want Terramorphic. Red White Land, Tome Blast, sheesh. I'm just going to take the Glyph Mage here. I don't think I want a third Killian's Confidence, and I don't have any 4-drops right now, and, you know, this just makes an extra token. Pack 3, pick 3. We have Stand Up For Yourself and End of the Hunt. So, End of the Hunt, I think, is stronger just because it's cheaper. This does target, which triggers Repartee. This does not. Right? Because Repartee needs you to target a creature. Just 2 mana is so good, though. 2 mana to just kill their biggest creature is super duper strong. So let's take that. Pack 3, pick 4. Another Melancholic Poet. There's also Rapier Wit. I haven't played with this yet, but I'm going to just take the Poet here. All right, yeah, we are rock solid on 2-drops at this point, so we'll not be looking to take any more. Probably need some more interaction. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 removal spells. So Ajani's Response is likely to make the cut here. Ooh, man. The red-white deck would have just been insane. Like, that's not to say that our deck is bad. Another Resonating Loot, so you could double loot here. Honorbound Page or Melancholic Poet number 4. I think I want a little bit of diversity here. I don't know if I want the 4th Poet, and I have a bunch of 2s already. So let's take the Honorbound Page as a prepare creature that can help us trigger a lot of these Repartee cards, right? We have like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Repartee cards. So we just need ways to cast spells on creatures, and I think that's pretty important. Don't need the Shattered Acolyte. I guess I'll take another Inkling. There's also Masterful Flourish. No, I don't. I'm just going to take the Mascot. All right, let's just cut all these cards here on the right. 5, 6, 7, 8 2-drops. I'll take a 7th pick Elite Interceptor if that comes. We're on 14 creatures, so might need to play some more of these here as well. Maybe play the 3-drop here. All right. Oof. Eager Glyph Mage, Killian's Confidence, or Inkling Mascot. All right, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's try all three. Okay? Let's try all three and see what happens. All right, here I'll take the Ink Mage over the third. I have so many 2s. And Surveil 2, I mean, just on rate, this is a really good creature on rate, right? 3 mana, 3/3 Vigilance, Surveil 2. You get a lot of bang for your buck with that card. Curve is super low. Can definitely consider this being a 16 land deck. Especially with 3 cards that cycle here too. And we have the black-white land, which helps with our mana fixing. This also draws us cards. Well. I feel like 4 is overkill. Like, you just don't... Like, this is... I know it cycles and all, but, like... I don't think you want 4. Something tells me you don't want 4. Rubble Rouser with 3 cards left, man. This would have been, like, the best red-white deck ever. That being said, our lane was also very open. Like, the people to my right were Quandrix and Witherbloom. Like, 100%. But yeah, like, we're missing a lot of, like, this deck is mostly commons, so we'll see how this plays out. These are probably the... Like, all of these have Repartee attached to them, so I think I want to play them. I want to play the rare. And I don't think I need more than 8 2-drops. So let's get Dosen out of there. The Debater is pretty weak. We can cut that too. Okay, I think I can cut 1. Okay? 4 feels like too many. Kinda, you know, I kind of like the idea of, like, 1 Shattered Acolyte. It gets... The Disenchant effect, that actually matters. So, like, maybe we play one of those. It's 9 2-drops, and probably cut one of these 4s, maybe. As far as the last cut, yeah, I think I'm just going to cut Honorbound Page, keep the curve lower. I know this targets things, but this is just like a generically better card. You have 4 power and 4 toughness worth of stats. And this giving you that 1/1 flyer is pretty good with Killian's Confidence to be able to get those back, right? So just anytime you can get like a random flyer in play, that seems good. All right. Black-white beatdowns. Let's give it a whirl. All right, now before round 1 starts, I did want to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, I do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Special shout out to all the patrons. Really do appreciate your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I think is a really great way to join a great group of folks looking to up your limited game. Lots of resources there. I even have some extra videos that I post there. If you just join for free, you can still get access to some of those free videos. So check it out. All right, gonna keep this 2 lands and a bunch of spells I can play. For me, right now, it's which 2-drop do I play? I don't know. White. I think I'm going to play the Mascot because I feel like I'm going to want the Surveil effect here. Right? Tome Blast? Don't Tome Blast me. Ugh, never mind. This is worse. This is worse. Yeah, Antiquities on the Loose is obviously insane. Yeah, let's play Imperious Ink Mage. Gonna be looking for lands here, actually. I'll keep a Johnny's Response as well, though, so... Well, hold on. Yeah, we'll keep a Johnny's Response. We're just gonna be trying to build up a good board here. That's obviously a really strong turn 3 play. A Braid, okay. Okay. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. Let's play Poet and Shattered Acolyte. This is where the Acolyte's really good, just because it allows me to race. But let's see what type of interaction they play here. It's just the problem is, like, I'm playing a bunch of 2-mana 2/2s, and they pay 3 mana to get 2 2/2s, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm okay with this attack. Alright, so now we'll go with Killian's Confidence. Sure. We will keep that one. And the question is, do I just kill this to trigger this right away? I gotta think. Yeah, I'm gonna surveil. Let's just do it now. I actually want a land here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the land. Wow, I mean, what a big like life swing turnaround. The reason why I wanted the land here, though, is next turn I can go Haumph into Last Gasp, right? Like Haumph into Last Gasp, one of your things, or Haumph into Killian's Confidence. Regardless, both are very, very strong. Opponent with a good start, but we also have our own good start. Thunderdrum Soloist, okay. Maybe you want to not be so aggressive anymore. Oh, we'll see. If they have a Johnny's Response, they might want to fire that off now. Before I trigger some repartee. Nope. Sure. Fordier. Opponent is at 6 damage. And we have a couple of Killian's Confidences that we can get back at some point. If they have a removal spell, of course they're going to want to use it here on the Haumph. But I still really, really like our spot. Like, they might have to cast the Wilt spell, right? Yeah, Wilt in the Heat, sure. But we can go Inkling Mascot. Last Gasp you. We'll keep that. We'll keep that. Attack. It's a lethal attack. And then I can get back both of my Killian's Confidences. So, gonna be pretty tough to win from this spot for the opponent. Alright. Yeah, we get to just double drain them. Nice! Nice! That's a good feeling. It looked like our opponent had a really, really solid Lorehold aggro deck, but we also held our own with the Haumph. Haumph was good. And the Melancholic Poet, right? That drained my opponent for like 3 or 4 damage. Really strong. Alright, on the play here, 3 swamps and cards I can't cast. We gotta ship that back. Gonna keep this. Now the question is, which one of these creatures do I send back? Do I want to go for a little bit of diversity? I think so. Keeping a mascot and a poet. Like, I might want the Surveil, but the drain might also be relevant. Exhibition Tidecaller, certainly a good one here. Let's attack. I don't think they're going to block. Yep. Alright, so now the question becomes, which one of these do I want to play? Let's play the Poet. Gets in for more damage. Okay, we have Eager Glyph Mage. Yep, I like it. I mean, they just don't want to block, which makes sense. They might have an Essence Scatter here. No? Okay. Yeah, this is one of the best rares in the set. I passed it once in one of my drafts because I never believe in mill cards, but I was wrong. Now, in this particular matchup, it's not that good just because I put a lot of pressure on my opponent. I just, look, like as much as I want to cast Rejoinder, I feel like just building up a super big board seems good. Now, they're going to have access to a bunch of mana here. If they played a 2 damage to everything spell, we're probably dead. That's always the case for these aggro decks. But if not, we can cast the Rejoinder and get in for a lot of damage next turn. That is a Color Storm Stallion, which you can't use the mana from the Abstract Paint Mage for. Does this get a +1/+1 counter? No, just until end of turn. So they can use this 2 mana to, like, kill a creature, I suppose. The Glyph Mage is technically the biggest thing in play. Wow. That's... okay. Sure. They hit Killian's Confidence. That's amazing. I don't think they're attacking me. Right, that is another Inkling mascot. Okay, so let's play the land. Let us tap down the Stallion because it gets in the way. Repel Calamity. That one I'm not sure about, just because they don't have a large creature, but maybe I still keep it. Sure, I'll keep it just in case. They're at 11 life. Let's attack. The Pain Mage might have to block here, to be honest. Alright, so now the question is, do I want to get back Killian's confidence or play Inkling Mascot? They're at 4 life. I think I'm just going to play Inkling Mascot. So now they do need to play something big, and then they would make a copy of the Stallion. I mean, I think it was kind of close on what to do there. I still don't 100% believe that what I did was correct. But, like, I just wanted to maximize having a decent board here. Homesickness, okay. They milled a bunch of cards. What do you do? Alright, well, that's obviously very good. I guess I don't have a great attack with the other creatures, but I'm happy trading this with something. Okay, I'm glad, I'm okay with that trade. Okay, let's play the Ink Mage. I will definitely take End of the Hunt. I mean, I'm going to keep both. I just don't want to get decked. I'll just keep both. I assume I have a spell in my graveyard. That would be pretty bad if I didn't. Yeah, there's a Last Gasp in there. Heated Argument. Okay. Alright, they mill me for another 10. We have 5 cards left. Okay. Any targeted spell would be really good. Ugh. This Repel Calamity not looking so great here. But I need to attack and see what happens. Man, stupid Exhibition Tidecaller. Just couldn't find a way to actually close out the game here. Yep. Oh, wait! Hold. So I get milled for 3 cards. So now I can play Repel Calamity here. I have 4 cards left. Wait, I have 1 card left in my library. I guess we got to keep it. I think I'm short still, unfortunately. Oh, and I couldn't deal damage to them, unfortunately. Yeah. All right. I mean, this is certainly the power of the Exhibition Tidecaller, and we lost to it. So we actually have a fair number of interaction. I think there were things we could have done there that would have been a little bit better, but you know, I mean, having the Burst Lightning there too to get the extra mill for the 1 mana and prevent me from dealing the damage, that was huge. But I like, given the blocks that they made, even if they didn't have the Burst Lightning, I don't think I'd kill them. So, or maybe they would have blocked differently. Regardless, it is what it is. I lost to a rare. GG's. And maybe I could have played a little bit differently. All right, opponent on the play. Good hand here. 3 lands, bunch of 2-drops. We'll keep this. Silverquill deck. Never mind. never mind. They're cooking. Play the Administrator. But turn 2 Shared Roots on the play, that's going to be tough. Okay. I know I could have like done something else there, but I wanted to get that off the battlefield, and we can focus on getting that back in a later turn, probably. Holy smokes. Okay, well. Yeah, look. I've said this before. This is a really swingy format, and you just have to be like... We have a totally fine, regular, functional draft deck. But there are a multitude of rares in this format that just straight up win you the game. And, you know, this is one of them, right? Same thing with the Mill Creature. Yeah, so this is about as good as it gets. Like ramp spell into removal into together as one into make 2 3/3s. You literally cannot draw it up better. So this is probably why, and maybe I should have taken it. That coercion discard spell has been doing quite well, and I thought I was gonna table it. Honestly, I was actually shocked that it didn't. But that's the way that these aggro decks can keep up against these like multicolored nonsense decks. But of course, this is literally like the best converge payoff type card. They attack with both of these? Huh. Oh, they probably have deal 3 damage, tap a creature. That would be pretty bad. I guess I'll keep it. Proctor's Gaze, okay. I mean, their deck certainly looks sweet. And if they play like anything remotely reasonable here, we're probably dead. Jeez. Yup. That's the thing. Like, this happens, and you just have to be like, you just have to go with the flow. You know what I mean? You're like, yep. Like, what even are their base colors? I guess just Teamer. Okay. They should probably block, but I totally understand not blocking to give themselves, to guarantee that they can kill me, but like, I can get back to Killian's confidence. I don't think they want me to do that, so. And I have an Eager Glyph Mage in my hand. Let's go Poet. Glyph Mage. And basically the game plan here is to like try to find an attack to get back both of the confidences and then like somehow drain my opponent out with Melancholic Poet. But it's not going to be easy. Okay. So block there and double block here. Okay, we're at 3. Sure. Alright, sure. Okay, yeah, I don't know how we win this game, but it starts with getting some of these back. Okay. Yeah, we needed a removal spell there. Alright, GG's. I mean, look, we got them down to 9, did some draining, but yeah. It's, that was a very, very good bomb lead in Teamer deck. Hey, look, we had our fair share of bombs with that Lorehold aggro deck the other day. So it happens. Let's move on. Alright, opponent on the play. I'm going to keep this. I have a 2-drop. Honorbound Page and Stirring Honormancer. Hey, we have a 3-drop here as well. So, I mean, at least we have, like, a nice curve. But if they play, like, the 2 damage spell, it's obviously not going to be good. Potioner's Trove, okay. Killian's Confidence. I think I'm going to play the Ink Mage here first. I mean, both of these cards are pretty decent. I don't think I need the Mascot, though. I'll keep the Cost of Brilliance, though. Oh, Vibrant Outburst? Sure. Okay. Landscape Painter. Got it. And gain 2. Also very good. Alright, well, I think it's just we just play the Honorbound Page here and we pass. Yeah, I mean, we went 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. It's just we're on the draw, right? So I don't feel like taking 6 damage there. So I can either play the Stirring Honormancer here or like draw a bunch of cards. I think I'm going to draw cards. I'm probably going to find a 2-drop. I'm probably not going to find a 2-drop. Okay. That. We did find a Repel Calamity. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Basically, my hope was to just, like, find another play here off the Cost of Brilliance. But I can totally see a world where, like, the Honormancer makes more sense. I mean, maybe this was better, just, like, ensuring that I'm going to resolve it, you know? So our opponent has access to all the mana in the world. It looks like they're going to want to kill the Melancholic Poet. I don't want to draw that, of course. And now we're just on the... I hope they don't have Essence Scatter. 9 lands, by the way. Not great. Disdainful Stroke. Alright. Well... it's Floodsville, USA here. I mean, I guess there is a world where they're just, like, out of action or something. That's my only hope here. Oh, gosh. They are, if you were wondering, they're not out of action. I don't actually think this card's good. I played with it before. I mean, it's It's playable, but it's just very expensive. There's just like so many other good card draw effects. This one is just like, the problem is it like sits in your hand and takes up the slot of whatever, just any other type of interactive spell or better card draw effect. But when you do cast it, it is fine. Okay, Elemental Mascot. I assume they're not attacking me. I assume they're going to gain life. Okay, let's kill you. They might chump here. Oh, wow. They gave me 2 triggers? That's kind of nuts. I am very surprised with that. Okay. Okay, well, we have another Killian's Confidence to cycle through our deck. Visionary's Dance, of course, very, very good. Especially with the Muse Seeker, now they're able to just... Every time they play something big, they just draw a bunch of cards, you know? Oh, wow. I mean, we're probably dead here still, but like they probably have a way to kill this thing. Yeah, but the problem here for them is like if something connects, then I get my things back. And I'm definitely going to get him back here. Oh, I had 3 in my yard? I thought I only had the 2. Okay, well, I can only get 2 back. Alright, so here we're going to assume that the Hope Singer dies. If it doesn't, then obviously we're looking very good. And then we still have, like, Killian's Confidences to, like, cycle through, draw a bunch of cards, and still, you know, put pressure on our opponent. If I can find another Melancholic whatever, like this guy, then that's also just, like, a whole lot of draining that I can also do. We have a couple of spells in our graveyard here to exile for the Post-Mortem Professor. Okay, so Tome Blast. Yeah, Muse Seeker has been very... You know what's funny is I actually thought I had a lot of removal, but we don't. Or we don't have that much removal. Alright, Hope Singer down. Really? Okay. End the hunt. Okay, well, let's just target you. Oh! Let's play you. Okay. Target you. Shattered Acolyte is also interesting. I mean, we have a lot of interesting things we can do here. But it starts with just attacking. Okay. I guess I could have cast this first. But this is fine. Just play everything. Your turn. Stadium Tidal Mage is the play for the opponent, which we can handle with End of the Hunt. And, you know, having access to all this mana is really good with, obviously, the Killian's Confidence in our graveyard. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. 5 mana available. Landscape Painter. Okay. I don't... What... I do not... Like... Do they have a burn spell? Okay. Did we win this game? Maybe. Oh, they could have the bounce spell, I guess, right? Bounce one of these. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is 16 damage. If they kill one of these, that's still lethal. Oh my gosh. So 4, 8, 10, 12. Wow. Wow. I will say, I think this is probably an example. I mean, this specific game, I think my opponent just let it slip away. Like, I think there was like an instance where they just let me get back Killian's confidence a couple of times, and that just that got me out of the massive flood that we had. So I think we probably should have lost that game, but I'll take it. All right, opponent on the play. We are keeping this. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. Cannot complain. Postmortem Professor cannot block. It is an annoying creature to deal with, though, I will say. We will take it. Wow, no land, though. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go Imperious Ink Mage. I really want a Plains. Plains would be ideal. I mean, I gotta keep the Hope Singer, right? So my opponent drew land number 3. Passed the Mascot. Okay, so they can grow it if they wanted to. 5 cards in hand. Again, this can't block. How do I want to do this? I think I want to play Killian's Confidence. Here. Train our opponent. Draw a card. Land? Damn it. I don't know. Maybe that was bad. Foolish Fate. Okay. Yeah, so we drew the land. Alright, so my opponent's at 11 and I am at 9 life. This thing has lifelink. Lots of good options. I'm just wondering if I should just be playing like a bunch of creatures this turn. Or if I just play this and then just cast Killian's Confidences. Good. Alright. Because that keeps us at a high enough life total where it's unlikely that they can kill us with this. And then next turn, I mean, I have a wide variety of things I can do, but just keep in mind that they're going to be they're at 5, possibly 6 life next turn. And I have Killian's Confidence and Rejoinder as options. They might also have removal spells, but I also have Stirring Hope Singer plus Killian's Confidence. Grapple with Death, okay. So they're going to go up to 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have lethal. So let's just double check here. So I play Stirring Hope Singer, cast Killian's Confidence. So that's Killian's Confidence deals 1, Hope Singer deals 2. So that's 3 damage, 4, 5, 6 damage, and then the drain. Bam. Close one. That's where the drain effect of the Melancholic Poet really helped us there. So, also my opponent was kind of stuck on lands too. All right, 3 and 2, climbing back from that 1 and 2 hole that we're in. So now it's like at least a somewhat respectable finish. I mean, 4 is kind of where you want to get to. Let's get it here. Let's go first. Why would we go first? Why? We have 2 plains, 2 swamps. Whoa. What do you do? 1 mana, 1/1 increment. When it dies, if it had 1 or more counters on it, this card seems amazing. It's like constructed playable. Wow. Wow, what a start. 1 drop into Ravenous Rats? Can't say that I personally love that. So if this dies, they get a 1/1? Fair enough. Shopkeeper's Bane, okay. Last Gasp. That doesn't quite do what I want. All right, let's play the Ink Mage. Don't want lands. Ooh, well, okay, well, man, I'm always given like really tough choices here. 3 cards. I mean, I guess I keep both. Like, I hit my land drop next turn. I can draw a card off Killian's Confidence. I also can just like go double removal spell. Lots of things available. Like. So my opponent has 2 cards in hand. Like, what is my route to winning this game? Hoping that they don't have a removal spell? Because I'm drawing this, which is quite bad given the attack. So yeah. We play this and we hope. This format is so unforgiving. I mean, and you wouldn't expect this off of a Golgari deck, but. Okay. 2 cards in hand. I can't really attack. Yeah, I mean, this is like a... I have the 2 spells, which is good. So, like, basically the only way that I win this game is if my opponent goes for it because they don't have removal, attacks with everything, and then I kill 2 things and I eat something with the Stirring Hope Singer. Yes, a lot has to go right for me to be able to turn this around. But, playing to our outs, right? Playing to our outs. Like, it would be simple enough if they just had a kill spell for the Hope Singer. Currently, the Repel Calamity can kill the Eternal Student. I mean, I guess they can just pass. Which would be the correct play. Like, if they just had a creature, that would be the correct thing to do. Okay, this is wonderful. Okay, this is perfect. So they went for it. Let's block. This is a sorcery, right? Repel Calamity here. Last gasp here. Okay. All right, so we've cleared out their entire board, and we're now at 4, and we have a 3/5 Hope Singer. That's another Ambitious Augmenter, and a Melancholic Poet. That's really, really good. What can we do now? Oh, Eager Glyph Mage? Wow. Okay, so we play that. And I think we just attack. I mean, it gains us 3 life, right? So now, next turn, I can play the Killian's Confidence and pump my team. And that's going to be wonderful. And I have a little bit of a buffer here. Wow. Whew. How lucky is that? Like, I mean, that one turn, again, if my opponent simply goes, like, you know, double creature pass, I think I just lose the game. But they didn't. All right, let's play this. I'm just gonna get one of them back. Play a mascot. So now life totals are 12 to 15. We have a great board. We have another Killian's Confidence. Now I have to think about, like, what happens if they kill my Hope Singer, right? Like, what do I do then? If they kill my Glyph Mage, it's fine, right? If they kill my Glyph Mage, I can just, like, block the Melancholic Poet and still deal a bunch of damage to them and gain a bunch of life with the Hope Singer. This card's amazing. I cannot believe, I know it's a distant memory now, but I cannot believe that I thought this only triggered off of things. I thought it was heroic, and it's not. So that's an Abigail. We drew Shattered Acolyte. Sure. Whoa. Let's get one of these back. Decline. Play this. Okay. I mean, we're at 18 now, so unless there's like an overrun effect, there is that Golgari like menace spell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 10 is 19 damage. Okay. Woo! GG's. I thought we were definitely dead with that curve, but Hope Singer for the win. And look, we had some tricky turns, right? Like Hope Singer is like the type of card that, generally speaking, you want to like play it and play a spell so that you can pump your team immediately. But we were so behind on that board. Our only hope was to play the Hope Singer, hope my opponent doesn't have a removal spell, untap, and then, you know, have exactly what happened that following turn happen. Play to your outs, even if it feels hopeless. Alrighty. Oh, wow. We're actually on the play? Although, to be fair, the one time we were on the play, we lost, so I can't even... Yeah, I can't say much there. Oh, nice. 2-drop. Alright, well, I mean, we got 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop on the play. Can't ask for too much more than that. Mew Seeker. Gonna play the Ink Mage here. Keep establishing the board. We want mana more than anything. So we'll take that Plains. That allows us to play like Last Gasp plus Rejoinder if we need. Unsettled Mockery, sure. Mew Seeker lets them loot. Also, I mean, Killian's Confidence is not terrible to play here either. Because I can get it back. Swamp, yes. I would love that. Goblin Glass, right? Okay. Dome Blast. That's really good. Alright, I gotta kill this thing. Now that they're gonna get to 5 mana, I should kill this thing. And they're discarding 5 mana spells. You know what I mean? Maybe I should have killed it previously. Killian's Confidence, drawing us a bunch of cards. They got the Tome Blast here, yeah. But we can just play Honormancer. Five mana, 4/5 draw card. I will take. Oh wait, Oh, I have to put it in my hand. I was like, can I put this in my graveyard? That actually wouldn't be bad. Heated Argument. Look at you. Kill everything. All right. Ooh. Two cards in hand. Yeah, let's play the 4-drop. The another line I could have taken was like cast Cost of Brilliance to try to draw a land and then play Postmortem Professor. That was certainly the other option. No, they have a lot of removal in their deck. I don't think they're gonna attack me, yeah. Okay, so now what do I do? Cost of Brilliance. Okay. And then now we think. We attack. The hell do you have? Burst Lightning? No? 4 damage to everything? Oh, Lorehold. Okay, well, that's okay. I mean, obviously it's good. Well, well, well. What do I do now? So I have a bunch of spells in my graveyard. So I can kind of attack for free with this card. The only issue right now is just like... I mean, I can play this. Put that in the graveyard. Wow. I guess I could have targeted the poet. That would have been good. Alright. So my opponent's at 1 life. I have the Professor, which can drain them for 1, and I have the Poet. So I have 2 ways to drain them out here. So I assume I'm going to win. Man, Killian's confidence has been very good. I still think 4 is too many, but they have been very impressive. So there we go. All right, well, we were in that 1-2 hole, but we are clawing our way back here, sitting now at 5-2. All right, opponent on the play here, totally fine hand. You know the nice thing about this deck? It's like, outside of course, our flyer, it's like, you know, I know this format, there's a lot of power in the uncommons. We got a lot of commons. And you can still put together a nice functional deck, a nice functional Silverquill deck. But yeah, this deck is way better on the play because like you want to set up the repartee cards and then spells, so when you're on the play, it's going to be like way better. What do I want here? I mean, I feel like an Essence Scatter is coming. So it probably doesn't matter. Yep. I guess there I valued the card manipulation of the Inkling mascot. You have another one? Oh, great hand, Mr. Salmon. Like, that's oh, gosh. Wait, does this kill Planeswalkers? Yes!
Show me what you've learned.
Yeah! Yeah!
This is the worst.
I mean, it still drew them a card. Like, but I'm just happy that I actually randomly have a card that killed a Planeswalker. Okay? It's the little things. You know what I mean? The little things. Let's get a creature in play. Land would be nice. Or land would be reasonable? I don't know. Their deck seems awesome, by the way. Hold on. I don't know why. You know what? They faked me out there. I felt like they had the 2/3 flash creature or something. So in order to play around a flash creature, this is counterintuitive, but I'm going to attack first. They did have the 2/3 flash creature. Wow. Look at that. Did you see that? Oh my gosh. I am so impressed with myself right now. Hold on. Okay, well, we're still probably going to lose here, but I am... That was insane. Okay, so what do I want to do? I can Elite Interceptor. I think I'll do that. Tap you. Draw a card. Attack. Get back my thing. Pass. Like, they kind of have to kill the Poet. I mean, by the way, still, I still just mentioned, like, their deck is premium. If your deck is like, yeah, this is bad if you have a bunch of spells in your deck. But if you're like, only lands and creatures, which is hard in this format, that's why I'm not sure how good this card is. You know what I mean? Like, in theory, it can get you like 3 cards. Here, it got them 2. Alright. They're at 5 life. We got a bunch of random stuff. I don't know where to put the counter on this. That's the problem. I'm going to just play it slow. Let's play the Ink Mage. Wow. I don't think I want Shattered Acolyte, but Scolding Administrator seems pretty decent here. And then putting the counter here seems pretty good. Drain my opponent. Inkling Mascot, sure. Now, noting the Sundering Archaic is pretty good against Killian's Confidence, so I have to be mindful of that. Murmuring Mystic? Are you kidding me off the top? Alright, well, we are now on the Drain You Out plan. I mean, I can make a pretty big Imperious Ink Mage, and that at least is going to get them to chump. Wow, the flyer is kind of annoying because I have the Honor-Bound Page. Eager Glyph Mage. We're at 3. I don't think I want it. Oh, shoot. Whatever. I mean, this is getting blocked, so. Yeah. Alright, so they get to draw some cards here, bake some more flyers, so that's all going to be kind of annoying. We have Honor-Bound Page, which can give something flying. Foolish Fate on the Poet. Jeez. Yeah, Murmuring Mystic is sick. Killian's Confidence. So we drew another copy here, which is pretty good. This has Menace, so if I give this flying, that's really tough to block. So doing this here makes sense. We'll keep that. So this is this has to get chumped, and they can't block with the 1/5. This has Menace. This has Flying. Let's think. Let's give you Flying. Imperious Ink Mage. At 3 life. Nah. And then maybe they chump the Imperious Ink Mage. Oh, that's fine too. The nice thing about this block is that I can get my Killian's Confidence back next turn, potentially. Also, they're only down to 1 creature here, right? I have 4 attackers, one which is Menace. Embrace the Paradox is good. But the Stirring Honormancer will also help us find something. And I just wanted to increase the possibility of drawing a spell for Repartee instead of just like a random 3/3, which is why I binned the Imperious Ink Mage. Terrafractal, very nice. Okay. Okay, Stirring Honormancer. What can we find? Repel Calamity. Feel like Repel Calamity gets it done. Which one do I want to kill? Okay, let's think about this. I kill this, and then this needs to get double. Yeah. We'll keep that, sure. Attack. Woo! Nice. Very, very nice. I mean, our opponent's deck was rock solid, right? They got the Planeswalker, Murmuring Mystics, card draw, cheap, efficient removal. That kind of had it all. And we were able to use our variety of Repartee creatures and spells and get it done there. Alright, 6 and 2 playing for a trophy. Alright, opponent on the play. We're going to keep this. We got a bunch of 2-drops, which is what you would expect out of this deck. And we are playing the Silverquill Mirror. Scolding Administrator. I'm going to play my own. Here, my thought process is, it's unlikely for them to play like a creature and pump this thing. Oh, they're Mardu? Okay. Like, if they kill this, then I'm going to have to last gasp this. I don't, like, they might have a pump spell or something, so I'm going to just go end of the hunt here. Sure. Okay, so that's good. Can you imagine if I last gasped that thing? They could have pumped it and saved it, so I'm really happy with that decision. Imperious Ink Mage, so next turn we can go Mascot into last gasp. I really do not recommend playing a third color here for the most part. Let's do this to play around combat tricks. Killian's Confidence we'll put into the graveyard. Abigail, okay. And Elite Interceptor, okay. Alright, so let's target this. Surveil. I don't want the other mascot. Okay. Let's attack. Let's get... Ooh, do I want to get both of them back? I'm just going to get one of them back. Well, I'm kind of out of action here. I do get some, like, surveilling nonsense here, but they do get a big Abigail. So, like, I might not be able to attack through it if they put a counter on the Abigail. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. I mean, yeah, they're just black. They probably have, like, a really good red card. My guess is it's like Lorehold. You know what I mean? Something along those lines. They can also attack and then untap their Abigail. And then, of course, then if we have a removal spell, we're going to be very, very well set up. Melancholic Poet. Okay. They're going to keep things back. All right. Land is horrible, but we get a couple of looks here. We get the Surveil. Guess we'll keep that. Here's my question. Is it worth it to chump attack to get back 2 copies of Killian's Confidence? They got a whole lot of nonsense going there. I think it is. So here's the play, okay? I mean, this turn I'm going to take a lot of damage. But next turn, I can go Hope Singer into double Killian's Confidence and put 2+1/+1 counters on everything. Seems decent. Because otherwise the Stirring Hope Singer doesn't even do anything, right? Because I don't have any ways to, like, draw cards out of my hand. But I do think we're not in a great spot here. We really need to find a way to kill the Abigail. We used up a couple of removal spells already on pretty solid things. Oh, come on! God, that's... Man, that's annoying. Alright, well... They can tap down my stuff too, so I need to dig. That doesn't really help. I guess I can keep it. I guess the play here is just to not attack. I just have to play a bunch of things. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to lose to this Abigail, unfortunately. Or just like a lack of interaction. Like, lack of removal. Like, we used 2. And I feel like it was fine to use the 2, right? Like, we killed Scolding Administrator, and we last gassed the 3-mana 3/3. They just have a little too much pressure here. Alright, we are at 2 life. Okay, so I need to find a way to get this flyer off the battlefield. I definitely have to attack. Okay, but I need to untap this thing. Yeah, that's not enough. I mean, maybe I didn't need to spend all this mana on this, but you know, like I don't think we have a 1 mana. Yeah, that's really funny. So if I didn't return one of my things, I could have a Johnny's Response the Abigail. So getting the third copy, I think, actually cost me there. So I mean, it's not like I didn't think about what outs I had, but had I found the land there, had I not gotten all of these back, yeah, that's how I lost. Because then I could have a Johnny's Response to this, and then I still had blockers for this. And I actually think we would have maybe stabilized. Like, I would have still had to chump block. I would have still had to chump block here. And I have these two to deal with, but I have more draws to find something that I might need. So, that's kind of where we lost. But look, our opponent had a very, very similar deck to ours. We were trying to lean in on the Stirring Hopesinger as a way to close out the game here. But we didn't quite get there. Yeah. All right. Almost got the trophy. I think, again, like, I even knew, like, when I was, like, I didn't really think about the mana and what my outs were. I just knew that when I spent the third mana, it felt like a mistake. You know what I mean? It felt like a mistake. So, there you go. But, hey, given our start, right, with this deck, we started out 1 and 2. Then we rattled off 5 in a row. And again, this is just like a deck with just like a bunch of commons that just work really well together. You curve out, but we did have the Hopesinger that won us a bunch of games. Killian's Confidence was very, very impressive. 4 is like way too many, but I do think this is a card you actively want in these decks. Like 2 is probably a good number because you also need to be able to fit in interaction. That's one thing that this deck was kind of lacking. We had 4 removal spells, and so I think I would have been comfortable with like 1 or 2 more, if possible, instead of all these Killian's Confidences. But all in all, just a solid deck, and just nice to see that we can go 6 and 3 with a deck that's mostly just looking to curve out and utilizing the repartee synergies and winning a lot of close games that way with like these various cards to go with it. So yeah, I do like Silverquill in a world where everybody's trying to just like, you know, go big, play a big bunch of big Izzet spells and what have you. I think this is a pretty good deck to play, which you can still put together a successful deck, even if the lane is a little bit contested, because you can just lean on a bunch of different commons. One card that I think I kind of wish I took is the card that we lost to, which is that 4 mana sorcery. Taking the best card out of your opponent's hand and putting 2+1/+1 counters on things. Normally, coercion effects aren't strong, but I think there's just enough there for that card to be solid. Now, it's going to take your 4 mana slot, so you have to be careful, but imagine I just play like an Imperious Ink Mage. Turn 4, take the best card out of your hand, put 2 counters on this, trigger Repartee off of like a Melancholic Poet, and boom. Like, that's just really, really strong. So I'm glad that I was able to put together a very solid Silverquill deck. I think Lorehold was also the seat that we were in, but I think, you know, this was a good showcasing of what the Silverquill school can do in this format. So hopefully we can go back to our trophy ways in tomorrow's draft. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Also check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Strixhaven or you wanted some singles for your constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you're in the market for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon to get 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.